question. How many children does Wolverine have? Hi there, welcome to the channel. My name is Cassandra and this is where I do whatever I want apparently for my entertainment and yours. If that tickles your pickle, then go ahead and subscribe if you have not already. And if you are the kind of person who's more interested in quick, fast, straight to the point videos with no chit chat whatsoever, this is not for you. That's okay, but if you're up for, just casually hanging out together and having a bit of fun, then stay tuned. This is a little bit of an experiment for me. So the reason why it took me almost a full year to finish editing and publishing all the videos that I originally made for this channel, almost a year ago, is because it takes really a lot of effort to edit the videos, make the thumbnails and stuff like that. So actually recording the content really helps me a lot and it makes me feel good. But then all the stuff that I need to do before I can publish it, it's a lot of work and then it makes me feel bad that I can't do it. So as an experiment, I'm moving over to live streams, or I'm trying out live streams, so that by the very nature of it, it's there, it's out in the world, and there's no editing involved, which is a little bit sad because I feel like when you edit videos, it's an opportunity to put a lot of personality into it. But nevertheless, that's fine. And the second thing I'm trying out is a new series, a new thing that came to my mind called Let's Learns, because I'm a very curious person. A lot of the time, just questions pop into my head and I like to find out the answers to them. I've been told that I'm very good at researching things, even though I don't enjoy researching to fulfill a purpose. I like to just find stuff out and then, with no consequence, and then I forget about it. So I thought in the Let's Learn series, we could kind of mishmash all of these things together. So I start with a question, try and find out the answer together here with you, and then we just see where it takes us. Because a lot of the times I start with a question or something that I want to find out, and then by the time I know it, I'm looking at something else. So let's do that, and then I guess it just stops when I'm ready to stop, ready to pee or something. Let's see how it goes. Okay, you ready? Also as well, excuse the background. Another this idea has been in my mind for months, but I just hadn't got around to doing it yet because I couldn't get the streaming software to do what I wanted it to do. I couldn't use the camera I wanted to use, just all these things. So this is the only way that I could get it to work, with showing 90% of my tiny apartment, which I'm not happy about. But you can't just wait for everything to be perfect, right? It just holds you back. So I thought, let's just fucking get started and see whether or not I like it, and then we can figure it out from there. Okay? Good. Okay, then let's go ahead and I will share my browser with you, I hope. Yes? No? Maybe? Oh my god, is it not working now? Ah! It's not even working now. Oh my goodness. Is this some kind of a joke? Oh my goodness. See, this is what happens. I tested it and everything, but it obviously still doesn't fucking work even after all that. And I have no idea why. This one, there we go. Okay. Oh my gosh, what is that about? I don't even know why that happened. Anyway, let's go. Okay, so this is my first time as well using this search engine. It's apparently supposed to be the same results that you would get from Google, except supposed to be more secure or something like that. Anyway, let's see if it's any good. Why can I hear people just like screaming? What the hell? Anyway, so you see what I mean? Okay, this is our question. This is our question. How many children does Wolverine have? And this popped into my head because I was like rewatching all of the X-Men films. Oh God, what is this? Error, engines cannot retrieve results. Anyway, yeah, because I like months ago I was rewatching all the X-Men films, apart from Deadpool, because it's just so fucking awful. Like I even tried to rewatch the first one, but after half an hour, like I just had to give up because it's absolutely terrible. Can't stand it. Anyway, and then I was watching, I think it was the Logan one, and you know, like one of his kids shows up in that. Okay, so then I was like, how many kids does he actually have? Because he seems to be having like all these love affairs with various people, and he's like basically immortal, right? So anyway, I'm interested. So how many children does Marvel's Wolverine actually have? Let's start with this one. Having lived for centuries, Wolverine has fathered more children than he can count. It's just too bad that most of them want him dead. Okay. In the centuries plus that Wolverine has been alive, he's fathered more kids than the famously complex Summers family has been. I don't know who Summers family are. Blah, blah, blah. So how many does he have in the comics, and how many are still working around? Okay, let's see. Wolverine, the ultimate baby daddy. To kick things off, oh my God. Just get to the point. How many does he have? Oh my God. Wait, what? No, I don't like this one. This is rubbish. Wolverine's children ranked by likability. Okay. Let's see. Blah blah. Oh, okay. So, but wait, how many? I just want a fucking number. What? Just how many? Most of Wolverine's children aren't actually mutants. How does that work? What about this one? Does Wolverine ever have a child? Did Logan and America have that? Okay. Huh. Okay, so this seems to then, okay, so this seems to go through then his like love affairs, and then like whether or not kids resulted from that. Let's see. Okay, does Wolverine ever have a child? Dakin? Logan or / Wolverine's son, and the closest thing to Laura. So Laura is the one that's in the movie Logan. So Dakin is the closest thing that Laura has to her brother. Dakin is to Laura what Sabretooth is to Wolverine, her opposite. So Sabretooth is Logan's brother. Even though Laura admits that she and Dakin are related by blood, the two do not initially see each other's family. Did Logan and Marco have a child? So Marco, I think, then is the love interest again in Logan. And she would become pregnant with Logan's child. While Logan would join the X-Men as Weapon X, Marco would birth their child, a girl, whom she would name Karika. But like, I feel like no one wants to just give a number, right? And then I'm interested to see like what powers and stuff they have. This is like, oh, okay, maybe we're here. Right, Wolverine has fathered more than 15 kids, nearly all of them being mutants who have inherited some form of Wolverine's abilities as well as their mothers. Litter size? Litter size averages 2 and 3. Baby Wolverines are called kits or cubs. They are born fully furred with their eyes wait, that doesn't seem right. What? Is this stuff just like fucking made up? This doesn't seem accurate because Laura isn't running around fully furred, right? I don't understand. Lone wolf and cubs were really 15. Yeah, but how many did he have in total? Why is this so, like, difficult? Okay, Reddit. maybe Reddit can tell us how many he has. Okay. Yeah, how many kids does Wolverine have? Well, this is from 9 years ago, as someone that's been around for 150 years and has been extremely lax in his use of birth controls, you don't know that. The safe answer is a lot. But like, the same way that people who menstruate at some point will stop laying eggs or whatever, don't people who produce sperm also at some point stop producing it? So even though he's 150 years old, right, we're making the assumption that he still produces sperm. That isn't the reason why he's 150, like why he's like basically immortal. Isn't that because he has like super regenerative powers? So if you say, like, I'm not a scientist, okay? If you assume that people stop producing eggs and or sperm because of degeneration of cells somehow, then theoretically Wolverine could heal his sperm producing parts to keep being able to father kids, even though he's really old. Is that right? Huh. Let's put a pin in that. This is a list of his known offspring. Akihiro, aka Dakin, by his Japanese wife Itsu. William Downing, aka Gunhawk, by a Canadian woman, Sophist. Unnamed woman. Fun fact, Wolverine has personally killed every single one of his known biological offspring, with the exception of Arista. Dakin was the only one he knew was his son when killing him. He found out that others were his children after killing them. But then Laura Kinney, aka X-23, his teenage female clone whom he adopted as his daughter, and Amiko, his other foster daughter. Wait. Okay, so according to this, he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 children. The other one was claiming more than 15. And this says that he's killed every single one of his kids, but he didn't kill Laura in the movie. But I've never read the comics. See, this is the thing as well. Like, there's so many like different offshoots of X-Men, but this one does say here specifically that it's about the comics and it's not affiliated with Marvel Entertainment. So it seems to be more about the comics than the films. You can add raised by mistake there. Yeah, this is not like conclusive. Great question. I always thought that every single time he did the deed that he would have a kid because he would produce super serum to speak from his healing ability. Well, that's not necessarily the case. Like, his power is that he heals. His power isn't that he produces everything super, right? He doesn't like give power to other people. I'm not convinced by that. What's this? Wolverine family. Oh, members of the Wolverine family hear what the designated realities are more popularly known. Oh, okay, so this is a question that I had as well. Like, how many realities does X-Men have? But I don't understand the numbering system here. Like, what? Someone has to explain this to me. I don't... Like, this seems pretty arbitrary, right? What? This... What? Why is it, like, numbered and shit? I don't What? Okay, so this just seems to be now a list of relatives or something. Yeah, Wolverine's family. Let's see. But like, it would be nice if this was like subdivided, right? Like, it seems to somehow be in order, but like, where are the kids? Where are the kids? Oh, okay. Wait, what? Storm, wife of Wolverine and mother to his daughter. They get married. But I mean, this is the thing, right? When there's like so many different universes and so many trails and stuff like that, then like, if you're someone like me who's only ever really like watched the films and wasn't allowed to look at comics, then yeah, there's gonna be a lot of unknown new stuff here. Wait, okay, so let's just count. Okay, so if you say that 22 is the start of the suns, then sun, daughters. Now we're getting into clones, daughters. Okay, so then if we do 42 minus 22, then that's like 20, right? It's got 20 kids. Is that correct? Does my math work on that? But this also hasn't been updated in a while. Yeah, and it says it's not been updated recently. But since when? Since when? We need to know how accurate this is. It doesn't say, but how, like, according to this, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 different universes or realities. But then, like, okay, because, like, I have so many other questions coming from this. Okay, so, like, reality versus universe versus timeline? X-Men. Because, like, are these different things? I don't really understand. This is using Brave Search instead of the other one. Ugh, whatever, who cares? Anyway, the Avengers who were also X-Men. What? Parallel universe. Okay. Sci-fi Stack Exchange. Is there a difference between timelines and universes in the MCU? Is there a difference between a timeline and a universe as established by the MCU? After watching the Loki series, my understanding is that a single reality/universe exists with the potential to branch at any point along its timeline. Nexus events are these branching points that the TVA, don't know what that is, dedicates itself to pruning. The speech blah blah blah. Okay, by this understanding, multiverse and multi-timeline mean the same thing, referring to many branches in reality occurring at various points across the timeline. However, I've seen it argued in other places that a timeline and a universe are two separate, distinct concepts, meaning that a multiverse exists of entirely distinct realities that all follow the same loose series of events, and that the timelines, but what? Okay, so I think that the timelines and the universes are different. This one doesn't factor into realities. So let me expand. So why are you watching this? I mean, thanks, but like, oh my god, what am I doing? Anyway, right, okay, so like a universe or like a multiverse or whatever, to me that's like that's like a container. It's like an agreed set of physics and characters and whatnot that exist in that box or in that container. And then a timeline would be using all the same people, the same physics, the same like rules and stuff like that, except that they made different decisions. Therefore, you know, that's what branches off and says, hey, if you were to make this decision, hey, if that thing were to happen, then this is how those things would be like differently affected further down the line. But then isn't multiverse theory that thing of like there are infinite number of universes with an infinite number of possibilities? Are those timelines? And then a reality, to me, I think the reality is just like the combination of both, right? Like the what is it you call it? Like the category word, the grouping, like what is it? What is that word called? Oh my god! You know, you say like a school of fish. Do you say school of fish? Oh my god, is that right? A school of fish. Wait, what? Oh, now we're getting into stuff. This article is about shoaling and schooling fish. Biology, a group of fish stay together for social reasons are shoaling, and if the group is swimming in the same direction in a coordinated manner, they're schooling. See, we are learning. Oh, I thought that was just like the collective term. Oh my god, that's what I meant, the collective term. Right, so I thought, like in my head, then reality is the collective term for like the combination of timelines and universes and stuff like that. But then, is that what multiverse is? Am I understanding this correctly? Multiverse. The multiverse is a hypothetical group of multiple universes. Together, these universes comprise everything that exists, the entirety of space, time, matter, energy, information, the physical laws and constants that describe them. The different universes within the multiverse are called parallel universes. Wait. So I think I'm confused about that as well, right? The multiverse is the hypothetical group of multiple universes. So if universes were like balls, like little balls, then a multiverse would be... Is that then the collective term for universes? Or is it just specifically talking about a group? Is there a difference? Oh my god, words. Together, these universes comprise everything that exists. But where? Because this is my thing, right? Like, if you have, bear with me, if you have a container, which you call the multiverse, and within that container are a number of balls, which you call universes, this sounds to me like it's saying that this container contains everything that exists in those balls that are in the container. But logically, is it not possible for balls / universes to also exist outside of that specific container / multiverse? So like when it's saying like the entirety, like that entirety in itself has limitations, right? The different universes within the multiverse are called parallel universes, other universes, alternative universes, or many worlds. Parallel universes, yes, I think that's maybe the one that I was thinking of, that I was getting confused about. But then again, okay, that's interesting. So then this is, yeah. So then this is kind of saying that this container shares the same set of like physics, characters, rules and stuff. And then in each universe, they can just have different combinations of those within like the scope of the science that's been assigned to that multiverse. And that's interesting because when I was talking to my partner before about multiverses and about, you know, the infinite possibilities and whatnot, like I was kind of like posing questions, like, I'll be more specific, right? So I was basically like, okay, so if the whole multiverse, parallel universe, infinite universe thing is true, doesn't that mean that there is an infinite number of universes where God definitely exists? And he was arguing no, because like God just doesn't exist. And I was like, well, like, how does that make sense? And he, like, I think he was kind of like arguing something like this in that the parallel universes, alternate timelines, are all based on the same set of like physics and like matter and that kind of thing. Whereas in my head, why put that constraint on it? Like, is that necessary? Can you have... So then, are there also multiverses? Like, are there also an unlimited number of multiverses? Where then you get like an infinite combination also of like physics and matter and energy and stuff? I mean, surely that must be a thing, right? Because like this seems to just be kind of like starting in the middle and working your way out, right? You have like this universe, then you have the parallel universes within that multiverse, then you must have like, I don't know, fucking like omniverse or something? Do you know what I mean? Like, this is interesting. Anyway, history of the concept. The idea of infinite worlds was first suggested by the Greek philosopher Anaximander. In the 6th century, however, there is debate as to whether he believed in multiple worlds, and if he did, whether those worlds were coexistent or successive. The first to whom we can definitely attribute the concept of innumerable worlds are the ancient Greek atomists, beginning with Leucippus and Democritus in the 5th century, blah, blah, blah. Brief explanation. Multiple universes have been hypothesized in all kinds of literature, blah, blah, blah. Alternate timelines. The physics community has debated the various multiverse theories over time. Prominent physicists are divided about whether any other universes exist outside of our own. Wait, hang on. Take a step back. What actually is a universe? Then what are we classifying as a universe? Because like the Earth is a planet within a universe. And then there's like the galaxy and shit like that, right? I need to hang on. Did not reveal any Research did not reveal any statistically significant evidence of such a bubble universe collision. In addition, there was no evidence of any gravitational pull of other universes on ours. But then, if you're assuming that gravity is a fixed thing in this multiverse, isn't it a requirement of a gravitational force that the thing creating the gravity is close enough to the thing that it could be acting upon, right? So if there is no evidence of any gravitational pull of other universes on ours, couldn't it just mean that the distance between the universes is too great for that gravitational pull to have an effect? Or, because isn't like isn't like, you know, you know, when the tide comes in and out, right, when like the sea and the ocean or wherever, when the tide comes in and out from the beach, isn't that caused by the gravity of the moon? But then we as people are the same distance away from the moon as the water is. But we also have our own energy, right? Because we're animate. Like water only moves when an external force is applied to it. Whereas as animals, we can cause our own beings, molecules, whatever. Well, not molecules, but you know what I mean? Like we can cause ourselves to move without any external force. But then the universes and the planets presumably then would be inanimate, so to fall into the same category as water. Yeah, so if we were close enough to another universe, then theoretically we would feel the gravitational pull. But isn't this assuming that it's the other universe, so not ours? Isn't this then assuming that the other universe is larger or denser or heavier, or whatever the thing is? I'm not sure exactly. Let's say it's size. Isn't that assuming that the other universe is larger, therefore it would win in the so-called, you know, universal tug of war? But if our universe is larger than the other universe, then we would be pulling it towards us. So, like, if if a force is acting on us, then theoretically we would be able to find evidence of that because we would be the one somehow moving. But if our force is acting upon something else, then how could we measure that? You know what I mean? Like, we would already have to know that that other thing exists to be able to measure our force on that, because if you don't know what it is, how do you know what to look at? Whereas if some force is acting upon you, you're the one that's changed by it somehow, and that's what you can measure. Does that make sense? Any scientists? Oh my god, I thought we were talking about Wolverine. This is what I mean, and this is like the exact like reason basically, or the exact way that I came up with this idea for the series, because like so often I'll start with one question, one simple fucking question, and then I'll end up in all these other places. And I think that's pretty cool. Like, it's a good opportunity to like exercise the mind and find things out. And I'm not gonna lie, like most of the time I do like find these things out, or like don't find the answer and then just like immediately forget about it. Like, it's the learning, it's the finding it out that I think is really interesting. But then, can you call something learning if you forget about it almost immediately? Like, have you learned that? Or have you just at some point been exposed to it? You know what I mean? Like, because there's a difference between memorizing facts and actually learning something. But can one argue that one has learned something if the information is not then retained? I mean, if you understood it and oh my god. Wait, okay, let me find out what fucking universe is. Universes. What is a universe? The universe is all of space and time and their contents, including planets, stars, galaxies, and all other forms of matter and energy. The Big Bang Theory is the prevailing cosmological description of the development of the universe. But that seems flawed to me, because space, well, is this talking about space like in the sense of like outer space, or is it just talking about space as in like, you know, physical space is the boundless three-dimensional extent in which objects and events have relative position and direction. Okay, so it's just then talking about like physical space. Okay. So space, planets, stars, galaxies, and matter, for sure, are physical things that we can observe somehow. But time, I mean, that in itself is complicated, right? Like, you know, time is a construct, time is linear, time is like spatial, you know, so how can something contain time? Like, you can't, like, because you can, like, you know, theoretically, if you had a big enough box, you could put a planet in a box, but how can you put time in a box? And I'm not talking about riddles like, oh, you can put a watch in, like, no, like, definitively, how can you put time in a box? Or how can a universe contain time? Or maybe the universe isn't a box at all. Maybe the universe is also a collective term. Oh my God, what the fuck? It's all coming round and round. And then I excluded energy from that because I actually don't understand what energy is. And that's also something to look into. But let's see some of the earliest blah blah. But I'm really interested, like, is the universe a collective term? Or is it a container? What? Like, what? Definition, okay. The physical universe, well then what's the non-physical, is there a non-physical universe? The physical universe is defined as all of space and time collectively referred to as space-time and their contents. Such contents comprise of all energy in its various forms, including electromagnetic radiation and matter, and therefore planets, moons, stars, galaxies, and the contents of intergalactic space. The universe also includes the physical laws that influence energy and matter, such as conservation, I thought that said conversation, oh my God. Conservation laws, classical mechanics, and relativity. The universe is often defined as the totality of existence, or everything that exists, everything that has existed, and everything that will exist. In fact, some philosophers and scientists support the inclusion of ideas and abstract concepts such as mathematics and logic in the definition of the universe. The word universe may also refer to concepts such as the cosmos, the world, and nature. So what you're basically saying is people use the word universe to mean whatever they fucking feel like. Like, what actually is it then? Like, this is not conclusive. I need to know. What is, like, what? Historical conceptions? I don't know. Historically, there have been many ideas of the cosmos and its origin. Theories of an impersonal universe governed by physical laws, blah, blah, blah. But, like, what is it then? Because... Hey, do you know what a universe is? Hit me up in the comments, let me know what it is. That's not very satisfying. What's a galaxy? I saw that somewhere. Where was it? No? Composition? Galaxy cluster? No, let me just fucking type it in. I'm like trying to search for the link where I saw it before, but whatever. Galaxy. This is about the astronomical structure for our galaxy, see Milky Way. Okay. For other uses, see the... What did the one about the universe say? for other uses, see universe, but like it's not telling you what this use is. That's not that helpful. Anyway, a galaxy is a system of stars, stellar remnants, interstellar gas, dust, dark matter bound together by gravity. The word is derived, blah blah. Most of the mass in a typical galaxy is in the form of dark matter with oh right, this is what we were originally talking about. Jesus Christ, well, not even originally. Okay, universe versus galaxy. Solar system, galaxy, universe. What is the difference? You tell me. Many people are not clear about the difference between our solar system, our Milky Way galaxy, and the universe. Let's look at the basics. Our solar system consists of our star, the Sun, and its orbiting planets, including Earth, along with numerous moons, asteroids, comet material, rocks, and dust. Our star is just one star among the hundreds of billions of stars in our Milky Way galaxy. If we shrink the sun down to smaller than a grain of sand, we can imagine our solar system to be small enough to fit into the palm of our hand. Pluto would orbit about the... But I don't care about the scale, I just want to know like where the definition ends, like where can you draw the line? You know what I mean? The universe is all of the galaxies. But like, so when does one galaxy stop and another continue? Like what's the defining criteria of a galaxy? Oh no, wait. This is solar system. So our solar system, blah blah blah. Our sun is just one star among the hundreds of billions of stars in the Milky Way galaxy. Yeah, so then, oh my, this is not clear at all. Because I thought where they were going with this is that the solar system is just to be like, hey, the sun is the center of our solar system and the planets and stuff that orbit around it due to the gravitational pull of the sun, that like acting like boundary or perimeter or whatever, like the reach of like the radius of the sun's gravitational pull, where the sun is no longer able to affect things in terms of gravity because it's too far away. That's where that solar system ends. This isn't me telling you, this is just me saying like that's where I thought they were going with this. And then in the galaxy contains multiple solar systems which like have like their gravitational pull and stuff like that. But where does the galaxy start and stop? And the universe is all of the galaxies. So basically we're saying solar system, galaxy, universe. But again, where's the line between each solar system, between each galaxy, between each universe? Where does it become distinct? I mean, you could argue that it's because I'm not like reading this properly, but like, this has got a little thing. Vedanta, I've never heard of that. Okay. Get rid of this, go away. No. What's the difference between the universe and the galaxy? Hint, the term universe refers to everything that exists, including galaxies and the space between them. Fuck, so there's space between galaxies as well? A galaxy is a massive cluster of stars, millions or billions, held together by gravity. But then the gravity of like the sun in our case, or what? Because again, the moon has gravity. So whose gravity are we referring to here? The Milky Way is the name of the galaxy in which we live. Our galaxy was referred to as the universe before it was discovered that there were other galaxies. The complete step-by-step answer, please. For a time after it was discovered that there were other galaxies, the term island universe was applied to galaxies, but it's since fallen out of favour. In some ways, it's still an appropriate term because travelling to another galaxy would be extremely difficult, impractical and downright impossible due to the vast distances involved. Andromeda, which is the largest galaxy in the local group, what is the local group? Is one galaxy that can be seen, at least partially with the naked eye. The Milky Way is the second largest galaxy, followed by the Triangulum galaxy. The local group contains about 50 galaxies, most of which are smaller. Satellite? What's a satellite galaxy? This is I mean, I guess you could argue that's why people have to go to university and shit to find this out, but like, come on, make science accessible. Make science accessible. Okay, so we've gone from how many children does Wolverine have to what is the defining criteria of a galaxy in a universe. I think we're not going to find out the fucking answer to either of those. Alright then, I guess we'll just stop. But I mean, I thought that was interesting. I had fun. I mean, we found out the difference between shoaling and schooling. So, I'm entertained. Are you? Oh wow, what an anticlimax. But I still thought that was interesting. I still thought it was fun. Let me know what you think of that in the comments below. If you like the idea of this series, if you have other questions that we could look into, and if you know the answer to any of the questions that we discussed today, let me know in the comments below. And yeah, I'll see you again soon.